Truish, your soft news bulletin of the week, delivered to you hot off the press by me, Daisy Maskell. And joining me this week is my expert correspondent, is Lizzie Hall.
What up?
Hello, darling.
Hello.
Doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Can we just talk about the fact that you line biked here?
I line biked here. That is my routine. When I'm coming to King's Cross, hop on a line bike, 20 minutes.
I love that. I love the commitment to the cause. It's also like early morning. You've had your little, you've got your little cycle in.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to do, because otherwise I do live quite like a sedentary lifestyle. If this is a safe space.
Yeah.
I spend a lot of time kind of sat or laying down. And so, yeah, I've just started to line places. It's also just slightly more, I feel in control, and I'm not going to get on the Victoria line. It's going to go like, hey, we're stopping here for no reason, for like an undisclosed amount of
You've
time.
got places to go and you just want to get there.
And I do 3 things a week. I just want to get there on time. You know what I mean? Like,
Is that something in your mind that you've set, you only do 3 things a week? And is this one of the things that you've chosen to do
this is
week?
one of the things I've chosen to do
You are
this
the
week.
best. You are so adorable.
As at James, who is our shared producer,
Yeah.
Law, will know that sometimes I just go, I'm not free that day. Do I have plans? No. My plans are to read, to kind of journal by candlelight, to read poetry.
Yeah.
And then maybe just to softly cry to my girlfriend.
I'm obsessed. Born in the wrong era, my darling.
Well,
I'm sorry.
honestly, I'm kind of Civil War, like America's Civil War, kind of writing letters to the front.
Renaissance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly
So
that.
what are the 2 other things you're doing this week or have done?
I have a psychology test.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm in uni.
Okay, fine.
that
I thought
wasn't-
that was just something fun that you
I
did
have
on
a
the side
psychology
as well.
test. I'm just like, really? No, it is actually graded by other people. It's not just a personal thing that I'm doing.
Well, Lizzie, I want to know what's on your docket this week. What have you got for me? What has been tickling your brain? tickling
Okay.
your life.
My headline this week is that if you are an avid fan of reality TV, you have a better understanding of the human psyche
Oh, okay.
than those who don't.
Wait, was this part of your like psychology exam test, or is this something that
I wish it
you
was.
saw online?
I wish it was. This was something I saw online, and I can't credit the original creator.
Oh, you terrible human.
No, I saw it, and then James emailed me. I'm going to blame James there. But I saw this person who, love you, you're lost to it in time, but hopefully if I find you again, we'll put you in the show notes. We won't. But I saw this person be like, the reason Jennifer Lawrence of Hunger Games fame, and Mother, etc., the reason Jennifer Lawrence is such a good actress is because she's such a good fan of reality TV, and she has such like an understanding of the human psyche. And I think it's true. And I think it gives you warning signs about, I feel like, have you ever watched Vanderpump Rules?
I haven't watched Vanderpump Rules, but I've seen like, I understand
You understand the world.
universe. I know what's going on.
I think I understand red flags about men from that show.
Oh, okay. So as a psychology student, like break down for me why you think that this is true. Are there like certain personality traits that you saw in that show that has allowed you to understand like the human male mind more?
I think there are certain, I think when you can see on the screen, like mild coercive behaviors. For example, I'm in trouble. Let's say I'm a man. Let's say I'm Tom Sandoval. I'm in trouble as a man. So I just shout louder at you, or I bring up something that you did in the past. Shout out to our girl, Ali Bromley, who won Big Brother, when she went like, you're distracting from, I'm telling you something you did upset me, and you're distracting by bringing up something I did a month ago. That doesn't matter right now. We're talking about you. And it is so true. That is a number one, like, and you see it on the screen and you go like, fuck, that's them doing it in real time. And then I think you can clock it in your own life.
So when you think about this like narrative that watching reality TV is ruining our minds, is ruining our brains, actually, are you saying that it could be a version of therapy?
I'm saying it could be a version of therapy. I'm saying it could be the opposite. Again, another creator who I don't remember her name, but she said once, like, people really talk shit about reality TV. I can be like a smart, educated, well-rounded person and still care what's happening like in the Sir back alley, which is Vanderpump Rules, or like in Beverly Hills. Or I can still want to watch like Salt Lake housewives. And I can be smart, I can be educated, you know. And I think whenever a lot of people talk shit on something, like reality TV, and it's something that women tend to enjoy, I go like, is it because it's teaching us something about you, bitch?
It's a conspiracy.
We
Not
can
to bring it back
things.
too wicked, when you think about Jeff, how he radicalized those munchkins.
Like,
You know?
it's Trump.
It's giving Trump.
It's giving Trump.
It's giving Trump.
It's giving Trump. Sorry, there we said it. And actually, what's so interesting is there was such a big discourse when the first one came out of all these people online being like, yeah, Alphaba is just like Trump. Like, and it's like, girl, media literacy. You know, your guy is the wizard. Like, Alphaba is like Jasmine Crockett trying her best to like, do you know what I mean? Like, you've got this wrong. You've got this wrong. And I think if those people had watched a little bit more reality TV,
they wouldn't have been so up Jeff Goldblum's ass.
Exactly. They would have got it. They would have got it.
I love it. That is a great hot take, and I'm taking that one with me.
Yeah.
I want you to give your expert opinion on the following.
Okay.
Because this is what is up in my algorithm this week. So apparently there is this new dating app that a lot of people are jumping on at the moment. Do you like a dating app?
You already know who I am as a person. Like, I'm like writing poetry by candlelight. Like,
okay.
I am not a very good texter, and I think I come across as like your very like gay best friend. So, which ultimately isn't very attractive.
Do you like to meet people out and about?
I met my girlfriend
with your quill.
Exactly.
Pigeon.
By pigeon, by owl.
Yep.
I met my girlfriend in real life.
Okay.
And I've never met someone successfully on a dating app. Okay. Nor have I really tried.
Okay, well, there is a new dating app.
This is a safe space.
A lot of people are jumping on at the moment, but it's using your dog to get you laid.
Oh.
So tell me, Lizzie, is this a bit of you? When your expert commentary on this? It's called Frolly, and instead of swiping based on selfies and job titles, the app matches people through their dog's personalities, routines, and play style.
Oh, this sounds like a dating app for dogs. I'm like, if this was like, my dog needs a pal, fine. Is that what it's for? Or are you then meant to fuck the owner?
The owners are supposed to be the ones that are getting it on, are getting laid. Do you judge people's pets? Are you someone that judges someone's pet?
I'm not wildly a dog person anyway.
Yeah.
And that's nothing to do with them, really. It's just that I'm like, look, I don't want to pick up shit every day. There, I said it. And honestly, my girlfriend handles the litter boxes for our cats. Shout out. Love you for that. But there is something about like, and also just a dog being like, hey. Sometimes it's like, oh, for sure, leave me alone.
Yeah, the attachment style of dogs and cats are very different.
I'm not a hater of dogs. I'm just like a bit, oh, leave me alone. Love you though. My parents also have 2 dogs that are just like, hey, I've got huge paws and I'm going to put them on your thighs. And it's like, just fucking chill out, but love them. Shout out Dougal, shout out Hamish. I just worry with the dating app, our dogs really get on. And that's the only thing we have in common. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. I do. Well, it's interesting that they've gone down the pet route. And I do understand this, like sharing a third party and that getting on and having that in common. I saw that apparently the hottest accessory for this year is having a niece or nephew. Like people are using having a niece or nephew to get laid.
Which I do kind of understand because it's like, I can care for a younger, you know, like if we were to have kids, I'm not going to like lose it. Like, you know what I do fuck with? I like the idea of we're going to go for like a dog walk for our first date.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of cute.
You probably take alcohol out of the equation. Or if you do, you have like a wine in it. We're not like getting fucking hammered. I like, you know, I do find sometimes like going for a walk with someone is like, we can both look forwards and we're not like having to, that they always say that like you have amazing conversations in the car because you're not looking at each other. So you can just like, you know, there just takes out that element of like judging each other. I don't know, the intensity of that. I fuck with that. The rest of it, I think it might be a fucking shambles. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. I do know what you mean. How do you feel about like high commitment families? So having that like thing that links you, whether that is a pet or a niece or nephew, like someone. So for me, if someone came to me and was obsessed with their niece or nephew, that is more of a red flag to me. Like, I can't do high commitment families. That's,
As in, like, I love my mum and I call her twice a day.
I can't, like,
Okay,
Lizzie,
okay.
like, I think my ideal man is an orphan. That's a tick for me.
Okay, yeah.
I lost my
mean,
parents in a house fire.
totally cool with me.
I'm on board. I
Right.
think, yeah. So for me,
For a minute, I thought you were talking about you, and I was like, "Oh, we've taken a turn."
my family's a bit strange. Our attachment style is a bit unconventional, and I think the idea of me stepping into like a super, I don't even know if it's like necessarily traditional. Maybe it is that like intensity, high
I
commitment.
think high commitment is.
I can't do.
I mean, what I will say is, I don't know that I'd ever truly thought about it, but when I met my girlfriend, her dad has passed away a few like 6 years ago, and then her mum lives in America.
Okay.
And I did kind of go like, that's okay. You know what I mean? Like, obviously not her dad, RIP her dad, I wish I could meet you. Her mum living in the States on the West Coast, there was something of like, cool, I'll meet her in a year. No problemo. And when I do meet her, I'm sure she'll be here for a day or two and then she'll head on out. And actually, I think it has kind of rocked because me and her mum now, we're in a good place. We're in a good place. You know, we chat on the phone when Lee's on the phone with her. We've met each other 3 times. And honestly, hopefully I'm coming across well in this. I can be a little annoying. When we get into the 3-hour mark, I can be a little testing. I don't really turn off, which is why I spend so much time alone in my room. And I think there is something for the benefit of both of us. We have probably spent a collective of like 8 hours together. And I've been with my girlfriend for like 2.5 years.
I think that is the key. Like, I do really think for people like us, or folks like us, I don't know why my speech is been so renaissance.
Folks like us.
I fear it's going to be an era for me, but it's a lifestyle for you.
It's a lifestyle. Have you ever said folks before?
I've never said
it
folks
didn't
before.
sound natural coming out of your
mouth.
mouth.
I'm also just like, I'm kind of obsessed with the fact that this like feels like it's in your bloodline because your dog is called Hamish. Yeah. Like I've never known anyone, let alone a pet.
Yeah. My dad's Scottish.
Oh, okay.
And so
okay,
he was kind of like, I named our first ever dog, who we called Ted. And Ted had just come out at the time, the little talking bear.
Yeah.
And I was like, let's call him Ted. And my dad was like, no, that'll be awful. And I was like, whatever, we did it. Then we got the next one. He was like, I'm naming him. He's going to be named Dougal. And everyone was like, okay. And then in the third one, he was like, I'm going to name him again. And we were like, just do whatever the fuck you want. Like, go off king. Like, if they're bullied in dog school, like, that's none of our business.
Oh, it's too.
But shout out to all my Dougals and Hamishes out there, if that's your name. And they don't get bullied in puppy school.
That is too fun.
Yeah, they have a great time there. But I think Hamish doesn't. Hamish is really good in class. Dougal's terrible in class.
Oh, really? What sort of things go down?
I think Dad will be like, Dougal, sit. And Dougal will sort of be like off, kind of like doing his own thing. And I think Dad does try and do some. My dad's retired. So he's very invested in these dogs. And I think he'll try and I think for a while he was trying to take Dougal to the ones where they jump over the.
Oh, bless him. He had high hopes.
Yeah. And I think Dougal did not ribbon. He did not place first, second, third, fourth, fifth, maybe sixth, seventh. I think he was he left with no ribbon. But I think Hamish is quite good. I don't even know. We can't. They're not bullied in dog school.
Well, that's good.
Was this all going back to the dating app?
This is all linked to the dating app. It's linked
the high commitment families.
It's the high commitment families.
The high commitment families.
Too.
I think it's totally fair enough that you're like. I think there is something of like. I call my mum 3 times a day, and it's like, when will we hang out then?
Maybe we need an app for orphans.
I like the idea of going like, hey, is your family a little bit kooky or no longer in this celestial world?
This realm.
Yeah, get on. I think celestial world is a Mormon thing, so I don't know why I took it there. But I think you could make a dating app for like, hey, do you speak to your mum once a week?
Yeah.
That works for me,
Yeah. Has your mum crossed over to the other side?
Like, sign on up. Right. Yeah.
I want your expert commentary on this.
Okay.
This woman is asking whether it's okay if she starts dating her stepbrother. I'll give you a bit more context.
I don't know that I need it.
They lived in the same house growing up, and now their parents are getting a divorce. They've confessed their feelings for each other, but are hesitant to go public. So what do you think?
Yeah, you probably should be hesitant to go public. Have you ever known, or have you ever seen the stuff about often when long lost brothers and sisters, or mums and sons, dads get
when they accidentally start dating,
when they accidentally start dating, or even if they go like, I'm reuniting with my long lost brother, they go like, I've never been connected to someone like this before, and it's like, yeah, because you share DNA. That's why you feel connected to that person. I feel connected to my brother. It's because we grew up together. Do you know what I mean?
Wait, did you see? I feel like I watched this in a really strange time in my life. Now looking back, it feels like a fever dream. Did you ever see? It was called Netflix. It was on Netflix. It was called Our Father.
And did he like inseminate loads?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Was there a? Maybe this is me making it up in my mind, but maybe there was like 2 contributors to that series that ended up dating each other. It was basically in a tiny town, and there was this fertility doctor that was inseminating a ton of people with his own sperm. And so it was a tiny town. It was like a really small town, one of those small towns in America that has like 800 people in.
Yeah.
And there was, how many kids did he end up having that were like,
isn't it like 500?
It was
like in the hundreds,
insane.
I believe.
And I think there were like 2 people that ended up dating each other and then found out that their parents had been inseminated by this doctor and they were actually half siblings.
That is just the peakest thing I've ever heard in the whole world. I have spent time in towns like that in America. My friend Taylor was from a place called Mayo in North Florida. And there was like fuck all there, and I remember her being like, the dating pool fucking sucks because there's 9 of us. And it was like, that is so peak.
So you really saw how incest becomes a thing.
Oh mama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see cases of incest?
I mean, from where I was sat, maybe it looked like, but that's me being judgy. That's me being judgy. But what I will say is, I can imagine the pain of being like, I can't believe I found you in this 1-horse tiny town and it's your brother. What the fuck? But also, all of this to say, no, don't date your stepbrother.
So this feels like this lady's not from a small town. She has a choice in the matter, and you're thinking,
if your parents got married when you guys were 18 and 20, and you meet and you're just like, oh fuck, like there was definitely a vibe there, but obviously that would be crazy. 8 years later they get a divorce. You're kind of like, every time we've seen each other there's been these vibes. It would still be weird. There would still be some things we'd have to, you guys all should be in therapy. Growing up in the house together, I just go like, mama, no. Because, you know, if it was the dad trying to date his stepdaughter, we would be like, horrified. That's fucking gross.
Yeah.
And maybe there is more of a power imbalance there. Well, obviously there is, and probably like a big age gap. It just feels like, no, sister, don't do this. It feels like this is a bad idea. It feels like even if you all would have to move to fucking Timbuktu and lie about the origin of your relationship to get away with this.
It's so weird because, like, just as we're discussing this, I just thought, how did they make it so, like, cute, girly pop, like, iconic in Clueless? Because that was her stepbrother, right?
And honestly,
he was his stepbrother.
He was her stepbrother.
How?
And it was kind of like, it was kind of like, okay, little sis.
Like, he came back to live with them, right? When he was studying in college. What?
Yeah, he comes.
How was that okay?
I think sometimes in the 90s, a lot of film directors were perhaps projecting. Do you know what I mean? They're kind of like, well, I fucked my stepsis, and it's like, oh, that's just a you thing, sir. We all think that's weird. But I will say, when I watched Clueless quite recently. I'm trying to remember when /where/who/how/why, and I can't. But I had just recently watched it, and I remember all of us kind of went like, that was less fun than we remember.
Yeah, right. And you know what, I kind of like looking back at the film now, a big part of like the reason everyone was really backing and shipping these two being together was the fact that her dad, who like liked no one, actually liked this guy. Yeah, of course, because it's literally your stepson. You raised this man as your child.
Yeah.
So of course you're gonna like him.
He has parental responsibility over him. I'm trying to remember if it was kind of, we didn't grow up in the house together. I'm kind of trying to remember if it was maybe a bit more. I mean, I'm not advocating for it. I'm not saying that would be cool. It is. I do feel when you watch a lot of like late 90s, early 2000s, it'll be like, and then I got with the 45-year-old man, and it'll be like, oh, girl, no. Like,
are we putting it down to a 90s thing?
We're putting it down to a 90s thing. I think the Clueless I got, and they have like a real like moment at the end where he like takes her to prom or something. Or do they
go
just
to
like
that wedding, that teacher's wedding?
Why also? Although I went to one of my teachers' weddings.
Oh,
but
that's so cute. That's adorable.
And honestly, some teachers really do rock. But also, I was a past student at that point. None of us that went, there was a little group of us, were still students. She's still a student, right? It's kind of like, no, she probably can't come to your wedding. I don't know. Now that you've rejoined the dots for me that it was her stepbrother, I'm sort of shrinking into my seat.
Yeah, should we cancel it?
I think maybe we should cancel it, but keep the wardrobe. I want the wardrobe. I want the thing. I when I was growing,
so cute.
As you can tell, probably a lesbian. But when I was growing up, I wanted that skirt so fucking bad. The yellow and
the little plaid. Oh, yeah, a little two-piece.
Yeah. And
that's so sweet.
I think I did buy like a plaid skirt, and honestly, it kind of looked like, okay, like this is not who I am on the inside, reflects on the outside. But it was tea. And you know what I mean? I did like look hot, you know what I mean? But it was kind of betraying myself. But yeah, so keep the wardrobe, keep the cute plaid skirt.
Cancel everyone involved.
Don't fuck your stepbrother. Like, please don't do that. Please don't do that. And actually stop doing that. Anyway.
Lizzie, this is my final one.
Okay.
And I feel like this is going to be so up your street from everything we've discussed.
So give me your thoughts on Liverpool time slips. This is something that I went into like this big deep dive on. I don't know if you know about this. Like some people I feel like have jumped into this conspiracy before. This was a new one for me. So in a series of strange accounts that continue to confuse locals and experts alike, multiple witnesses claim to have been transported to different historical eras whilst walking through central Liverpool, particularly Bold Street. Multiple witnesses have insisted they briefly walked through the 1950s before snapping back to the present moment. So there's a particular street in Liverpool that supposedly some people walk down and all of a sudden they look around and like everything's...
There's like a horse and cart.
Literally. Do you believe in this sort of thing?
I do.
Do you?
I'm like pretty open-minded about like ghosts and sort of energy and like the universe and that type of thing. First off, shout out Liverpool, one of the coolest cities. If you went to me like, where do you think people have time slips? I'd be like, Liverpool, Edinburgh, that type of like very historical, like, you know. First off, should we go to Bond Street or whatever it's called?
Should we take a field trip?
Yeah. James, if you could organise that would, I would love a first class train. Second off, I could see that. I kind of believe that.
Where would you want to transport to?
Anywhere in the whole history. I would go to ancient Sparta.
What would you? Who would you be?
I would go to ancient Sparta for multiple reasons. One, all men were shipped off to a war academy at age 8.
Hold on, can I just ask a really complex question? Is Sparta real? Like that whole horse situation, like with the horse and they hid inside it, like was that real or is that
horse.
Like mythology?
I like Trojan horse in theory is real. It might have been like a bit smaller. It might not have been quite how we thought.
Right.
at the same time, like
What?
that's real.
Wow.
So Sparta was real, but it was very short-lived.
Okay.
So it was, they literally, men were born, or little boys were born. They had like a very strict process for how you'd get through. You'd be bathed in wine. You'd be this, like, if you weren't strong, they'd leave you out on the mountainside to like die and or live. And if you lived, you'd come back, that type of thing. Men were sent off to like war academy at 8. So women just ruled the city. And they, like the other ancient Greeks, so like in Athens, they'd call the Spartan women the thigh flashers because they wore short skirts. Like, they ran the city, they would dance and stuff. Whereas in ancient Greece, it was very much like women should be seen and not heard. And then, I mean, there's also like problematic relationships with younger men and older men. You would kind of be given a younger man, older man to like look after you, but also probably have sex with, which is a story for another time. And then eventually, as you got older, you'd be like paired off with a woman. The woman would have to like shave all her hair off and dress in men's clothes. And they'd like fuck in the dark because the men were only used to sleeping with other men. Like, it was very queer. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And I would go there because I feel I would just be in the city like, woo, like girls, you know what I mean? Like, I'm steaming off of some ancient wine. I'm like fucking like all the girls in town, like with respectfully, obviously, and consensually, obviously. I just think that would rock. And then, so Sparta was real. It was just very short-lived because it made them incredible military-wise. But there's something of like, if you're killing off half of your newborns because they're like not strong enough, then like the birth rate is really low and all those types of things. And then they were defeated by someone, maybe ancient Persia.
That's a great one. What a great
I would go there.
Great period of time. What a great choice. Is there a pop culture moment that you would love to be transported back to so that you could be there to like relive it in the flesh?
Whoa. Answer simple. Yes. I'm like, there's probably a million that I would want to go back to.
Like, what would you just what would you love to have experienced in person and been a part of?
I would love, and I'm sorry you haven't watched the show. I'm going to go to Vanderpump Rules again. If anyone has listened to mine and my brother's podcast, you know I speak about Vanderpump Rules once a week, and it's getting old. So I'm going to come and do that here as well. But there was a moment where Tom Sandoval cheated on his life partner of 10 years. And I would just love to just be a cast member. Like, imagine it was just like, oh, Elizabeth is also here. And I would just like have a like vodka soda, or I'd have like a pumptini and be like, Tom did what? Or like I would be like part of that series if I could. You know what I mean? And or I would go back to like Britney's Pepsi ad era and maybe be like one of the dancers and that, you know? So that would be really cool. But I do think I would want to go back, and maybe I'd just go back to series 1 of Vanderpump, start working at Sir, maybe act like a straight woman, get myself onto the show, come out as queer, and then 10 years later be there for Tom did what? You know what I mean?
I love it.
Hopefully someone listening has watched Vanderpump Rules. And if not, you've got a great time ahead of you. I did just give you the spoiler of a fucking lifetime.
I am now gonna watch this.
As you should.
And I'm gonna watch so wait, at what point in the series is this iconic dinner that you are going to be at?
That would be season 10.
Okay.
So you've got quite a while to
Christ,
go.
okay.
But
I am going to
so much incredible stuff happens up until then. Included, That's so good. Like Kristen Doty, shout out to you, bitch. I'll love and defend you till the day I die. She rules season 1 to 5 along with Stacy, who I named my kitten after. And then 5 to 10, it's like Ariana, Tom, all of that stuff. It's incredible.
I've got it all to come.
Yeah. Oh, it's all ahead of you, girl.
Do you know what I think? I'm just thinking where I would be transported to pop cultural history. Tudors, I'm taking. I'll go there.
The Tudors.
The Tudors. I'm going back to Tudors.
I love
Pop
that.
culture, I would do David's Dead. I would want to be one of the housemates
Whoa.
in that Big Brother series
David's Dead.
where they were trying to figure out.
And what's that? She thought they meant
So it was
David in the house, and she meant David Bowie. Is that right?
I would be one, like, I
Incredible.
would want to just be there in the moment, believing, because obviously, like, as viewers, we all knew that she'd got it wrong,
Right.
but I would want to be on it in the house, like, genuinely believing that David Guest, who was, I think he was like, the reason why it was believable within the house was because he'd been like ill for a few days, so he was like taking a rest in bed, and I think is it Daniela Westbrook ran over to the front pull back cover. He's just like laying there
ill.
very much alive.
Yeah, you're just like out back, like, fuck. Okay, I do
I'd like
fuck
to be
with
in the
that.
smoking area.
I would
watching
also
it on
love
a
to
phone.
be there for. I would tell Gemma that she is a. I can't remember guns. And those shoes that she gave me, my brother can do that outstandingly, like kind of from start to
Old maiden
finish.
shoes.
The old maiden shoes, and if so, they were not a gift for me. She's incredible. Big Brother has really given us some moments, hasn't it?
Oh god, I haven't jumped on the new series of Big Brother because I'm just so in love with the legacy.
Yeah.
Year after year, it was just so great. Celeb and civilian. You know what?
Someone's called it celeb and civilian, but I fuck with that so hard.
It was just fantastic.
Yeah, I did watch some of. We had Ali Bromley as a guest on our, and also she's just like, "Hi, I'm just like hot and gay and smarter than all of you," which is just like, cool. That's up my alley. Do you know what I mean? And she was pretty incredible telling those boys off. She really was just like able to be like at every moment. And like I said to you earlier, with that, because she's a psychologist, so there were moments where she'd be like, "You're saying that because you're projecting this, whereas actually I'm talking about this in this moment right here." And the way she could stay cool and calm. And when we spoke to her, she was like, "I didn't feel cool and calm. I felt like, you know, like, but," and like then she would maybe go off and like calm herself down or like have a little cry or whatever. But like in the fucking moment.
That is a superpower, to be able to like keep your composure in the moment and read people for filth on their face. Like that, it's like one of those things, you know, you have those thoughts in the shower of everything you should have said.
Yeah.
The fact that there are people that can do that in the moment.
Yeah. I really struggle, particularly when I'm arguing with men. I will just start going like, there's like, literally, it's like not fucking, and then it's like, the thickening of the throat is exactly it. And I'm actually going like, no, like, and yeah, it's bad. All of this to say, I kind of do believe the Liverpool time slips.
You do?
I kind of do.
Yeah.
And I think when we go on our group trip to Liverpool, it's hard to, I'd love to be like, and who am I to say you didn't see that?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Judge.
I mean, us also being like, we are the people to tell you not
also
to fuck your
judging.
stepbrother.
Everyone
That's
and
us.
everything.
And who are we to judge? It's like, you know, that meme that's always like, that meme that's like, after like me and my friend have like bitched about someone for an hour and a half. But who am I to judge?
Bless them.
Bless her. But bless her, she's trying her best. But I do think if it was going to happen anywhere, it would be Liverpool. It's like steeped in history. And I feel the docks. Have you ever been to Liverpool?
I have, yeah. I've been to Liverpool. I got a train from Manchester to Liverpool to go to an Everyman cinema to watch a movie, and then I went back to Manchester.
Okay, live, love that.
That's been my experience at Liverpool.
Me and my dad went because I was applying for like Liverpool Performing Arts, didn't even get through the first round, so fuck that place. Actually, fuck you. Obviously I'm over it. But we went to like the Beatles experience.
Okay, yeah, they're big down there.
And
up there,
yeah. I the way I had to think about that. And when you're standing like on the docks, it's like freezing. It's like very grey. And I say that with love. And it's like you're looking out into the sea and you go like, damn, I do feel like I'm stood in a place where a million people before me have stood. Do you know what I mean?
It's got those spiritual,
yeah, sometimes you
vibes.
do just have those moments where you're like, ooh, I'm one of, like, people have stood right here before and like looked out over this sea, which probably looks the same, you know? So I could imagine that.
You've been a joy. You've been a pleasure. Bless you, Lizzie.
Bless you. It could never be us. Listen, it could never be us.
Just before you go, can you talk to me about your podcast with your brother?
I can.
What is going on? What is going down? What is coming up?
It's called Stay Hydrated.
Yeah. Why is it called Stay Hydrated, may I ask?
because James was going like, we need a name. And we were going like, fuck you, like leave us alone. Often have guests, we often don't. We just talk shit. We talk things about like our childhood. One thing about me and my brother is what's really cool about us is like both growing up gay in the same town with the same parents in the same major city. So we do kind of just speak the same language sometimes. And that's kind of just what the podcast is really. It's just basically us geeking. But it rocks.
Obsessed.
Well, I'm saying it rocks. Like, it's good.
Obsessed.
I hope.
No, I think it's incredible, and I think you're
Thank you.
incredible, and you've been the most wonderful guest. God, we've covered history, we've covered incest, we've covered a bit
We've
of
covered
everything.
dogs, orphans,
psychology,
Shout out to all my orphans.
Vanderpump Rules.
Vanderpump Rules. I need to stop talking about Vanderpump Rules. It's getting old.
I am going to wrap this here because I am going to watch it.
Outstanding, as you should. Get Hey You, streaming on Hey You now. Get out there.
Thank you so much, darling.
Thank you for having me.